All right, T, good evening.
Good evening, James.
Why are we doing this? No, fans ownership.
Yeah.
Talk us through, what's the plan, why are we doing it?
Okay, so one of the key things with this football club is we've obviously got an ambitious plan that we'd like to achieve, and we set it out to achieve that in 12 years. Along the road, there's going to be lots of things that we need to achieve on the pitch and off the pitch. So obviously on the pitch, we made that very, very clear, 7 promotions in 12 years. To achieve that, obviously there's going to be some demands on the financials in terms of what we're going to need to invest in, playing budgets and facilities, etc. But along the way, within that 12 years, we want to become a financially sustainable club. It's no secret right now, we don't have our own home. We ground share, which again, we have to pay for the privilege of that. We do not benefit from, the fans that are coming to the games other than the gate receipts. So again, if we've got our own home, there's opportunities to be able to make additional revenue. But hopefully what this will allow us to do is to be able to build the club, make it financially sustainable and help us achieve our plans on and off the pitch. And off the pitch, the priority is for us to be able to build a stadium, build additional 4G and additional grass pitches. What that will allow us to do, it will facilitate the growth of the youth structure. We've obviously got our women's team now, and we would like to replicate with the women's team what we've done with the men's team. So first of all, aiming high in terms of the success in terms of promotions, and we'd like to have a full youth structure underneath on the women's side and on the men's side, and probably looking at doing a number of different teams at those youth levels as well. So some of the teams will be playing at grassroots level in the local leagues, and some of them may be playing in JPL leagues like we've currently got with our I think they're going into under 15. So we'd love to be able to provide football in the community for every single level of player, but we can't do that until we've got our own facilities. So that is a priority for us, and hopefully this step is going to allow us to be able to harness the strength of the community, make everyone feel part of this football club, start building the crowds in the ground as well, making everyone feel part of this club, but also allowing them to have a say in the way that the club moves forward and the way that we shape this club.
So specifically, what are the main benefits for the club by doing this?
Okay, so the first thing, the club's going to be owned by the community. So it's going to be a real community project. So hopefully what that will allow us to do is increase the engagement. Obviously, again, there's no secret that for this football club, we've looked to increase engagement via any other avenues that we've got. So we've looked at social media, we're looking at trying to get people through the gates, we're going to start looking at engaging with local community, with the schools and things like that. So the first thing, I think, the most important thing is we're going to be using the power of the community and really making people feel like they are part of this football club. And what better way to do that than actually you having a part ownership within that football club, having a vote within big decisions on that football club, being able to be involved in elections on who you will be deciding is the board member that sits on the board for the football club that will have the deciding vote. So ultimately the community is going to have the power to decide what direction this football club goes in. I've never done this. I never set this football club up to make money. I've done this because I looked at it as an opportunity to be able to provide football to the local community and to be able to achieve an ambitious plan and bring Football League football to the area of Welwyn City. We've done some research, we looked at it and we thought 55,000 population in the local town. Some examples of other Football League clubs like Fleetwood who have got a much smaller population that got all the way to League One. But if we can also get people within Welwyn and the Hatfield area, that's up to about 100,000 people in terms of population. So we really believe that we've got the ability to achieve Football League status within those 12 years. But as I said, we really need to harness the strength of the community. So a big benefit to the football club is I believe that we'll be able to achieve our dreams.
So let's be candid, are there any negatives to this?
So there's negatives for this in terms of the way that the football club will be funded. So for the last 2 years I've been funding the football club, so I will have a look at and have a very clear plan in terms of where we're going and looking at the financials, and obviously I will then look at achieving what we need to be able to achieve within those budgets. Obviously, the majority of the funding is now going to be coming from the community. So first of all, the one negative is people will have to put their hands in their pocket to be able to become a member, but hopefully the benefit's going to far outweigh that. The other negatives, there is negatives for other people. So currently I hold full control of this football club, and whilst I would always like to have an opinion in terms of my vision and being able to achieve it, it would mean that I would ultimately lose control of this football club. What I'm hoping is that anyone that gets involved in this football club looks at the goals that I have set, believes that we can achieve them, and hopefully helps us facilitate achieving those goals. And if I can look back in 10 years' time and I have no control over this football club, but we've actually built it how I visioned it 2 years ago, then that's good enough for me.
Were there any alternative options that you considered?
Yes, there's lots of different alternative options that we looked at. So we looked at individual investors coming on board to help facilitate the growth. Again, these would have been private investors. I don't feel that that would have allowed us to engage the community, and the community is really, really important to us. So that was an option. We then another alternative was looking at crowdfunding. So this would be a number of people putting a small amount of money in, but ultimately the football club would have still have to be driven by profit, because when investors get involved in a project, they're looking at what's their return in terms of shareholding, looking at shareholder value, looking at that increasing, and looking to be able to pull money out of that project. So we didn't feel that they were the appropriate routes, because we want every single penny that this football club generates to be reinvested back into the football club to be able to hopefully take us to that next level.
What other benefits are there for fans, and what are the next steps?
Other than obviously the obvious benefits where they'll be having voting rights within the entity that controls the football club, being able to elect the board member that has a controlling vote on the board. They will also have some member benefits. So whilst they'll still only have one vote, regardless of the value or the package that you choose, those packages will come with a number of different benefits. So we're looking at 5 tiered packages, and with those packages they will increase in value in terms of what your monthly payment would be, but you would have significant benefits depending on what they are. Things like, for example, season tickets, home and away shirts, things like that are going to be able to hopefully show that it's well worth you getting involved, and you'll be able to pick the tier that suits you. We've tried to make it affordable as well, so that everyone can get involved, but we've also got some packages where if you want to be able to support the club and get a bit more in return, then there's going to be those opportunities as well.
Perfect. So what do people need to do next to express their interest?
Okay, so the packages will be coming out very soon, and then the next step would be that you would email us at info@afcwelwyn.co.uk with your expression of interest. We are looking within the next kind of 3 to 4 weeks be in a position where we can actually start signing people up. So once you've sent your expression of interest, we will make contact with you, provide you with further details, and if you're happy with everything, at that point we would send you all of the details, the contracts, the documentation for you to be able to read through, and then for you to be able to sign up. And then once you've done that, you'll be a proud owner of AFC Welwyn and be able to start making your votes on those big decisions.